Hey, Scott from aristocob.com here.
And Seth from theshrinkingpastor.com. When did we get that light?
I've had that for a while.
Weird.
I just put it up. I know, it was weird. The last time we were here,
the overhead
lights stopped coming on.
Yeah.
And I need to replace those.
Although they've done that before, where they'll just randomly shut off and start working.
Those were probably put in 1963.
Yeah.
When the building was built.
Yeah, those were Edison, I think, built those.
I intend to swap them out with LEDs or
Uranium,
fixtures with LEDs. But anyway, hey, welcome back once again to Markle Men's Breakfast Club. And we're going to today smoke something that we had a couple years ago during Tobacco Advent. It was a tobacco that I purchased while I was in Phoenix that year. And we ran out of tobacco at some point because we were trying to smoke some tobacco ahead of the influx of tobacco samples.
Right.
And we smoked this. So this is Peter Stokkebye's 4th generation 1982 Centennial Blend. Sorry, no, I just said Peter Stokkebye's. It's Erik Stokkebye's. Yeah, it's Erik Stokkebye. Excuse me. Both Peter and Erik. I apologize. And I was at a pipe shop today, or actually kind of a head shop today, and almost walked out when I saw they had just a couple tins of this, and was shocked by two things. The first point was it was $7.89.
Yeah, how did that compare to the other stuff they had?
Well, it was substantially less than the other stuff they had.
Yeah.
But the last time I bought this, it was like $12 a tin.
Wow, okay.
So I jumped on my phone real quick and saw that apparently that is now the going rate for this particular blend.
Okay.
And as I read the label, which we'll share in just a second, I think I know why.
All right.
But the other thing that surprised me is, see what that says right there underneath the price?
Stratus Stores, Inc.
No, not Stratus. That's Straus.
Nope.
Oh, it is Stratus.
Huh.
We should just stop this video right now.
Nah.
We don't do that. I thought it said Straus. I thought it was like Straus Tobacconist.
Ah, well, that would have been more interesting.
It would have been a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a tobacco that I think
Is that why you bought?
That's why
you bought it. You saw Straus.
I bought them out of. I bought 3 tins.
That would have been really interesting. As it is, it's interesting that it's not what you thought.
Well, you know, I've been now to 2 Straus pipe shops. I was been in the one down near the Florence Mall in Florence, Kentucky, and I've been to one in Louisville, Kentucky. I've never been to the one in downtown Cincinnati. It's just never availed itself.
Really?
But anyway, let's open this up and see if it's any good. Like I say, my recollection was that we liked it, but I don't remember smoking it, so maybe we didn't like it.
Well, I mean, if it was a couple years ago, those were the days that we were filming for 4 hours straight, doing 5-10 minute videos.
We had no taste buds.
Back to back.
No taste buds left.
I remember lunch being miserable that day.
Oh gosh, yes. Went and ate ice cream. Open that, would you?
I'll certainly try.
And we'll read the back of this here in a sec. I just did that. There we go.
You didn't get the pop.
I didn't. All right, so let's see what this says.
Oh, that is definitely as described on the tin.
All right, so here we go. The 1982 Centennial Blend celebrates our family's 100-year anniversary in the tobacco business, and I believe you'll truly enjoy this mixture. The 1982 was a slow-burning mixture comprised of golden Virginias, sweet and soft mild black Cavendish, light Burleys, and blended with small plugs of Navy Flake to ease the burning.
Sounds good.
They're not done. French vanilla and blackberry top dressing is added to the final step. It's the blackberry, I think, is what throws folks off.
That's what you can smell as soon as you open the tin.
Creating an outstanding room note and a distinctive taste experience. So, yeah, it's definitely it's sort of on the edge of that Fruit Loopy.
Yeah. I wonder if, just from the smell of that, if this is one that would benefit from being aired out.
Probably, but here, hold this up to the...
But we don't do that. That's not how we do it.
Because, look, it does have some of the very properties of the Fruit Loopy tobacco. I have the Fruit Loopy German tobacco here, and one of the things I love about it is a blend of a bunch of different processes of tobacco. So there are plugs, there is ribbon cut, there's some Cavendish and others. I think I liked this. So what to smoke this in? Nope, not that. So I'm going to smoke it in this Country Gentleman that I didn't bother to clean out last time.
What is this, amateur hour?
Feels like it. So
Misreading labels.
I know.
Not having a clean pipe.
In fact, this is an older Country Gentleman because I can tell because it's a bit smaller and it is stamped on the bottom where now they're putting that yellow sticker on the bottom.
This has a yellow sticker.
Yeah.
This is not a Country Gentleman.
No, well that's what they're doing these days with their kind of premium pipes at Missouri Meerschaum.
Yep. So I had all of this. I don't know why this is making me think of this. I was talking to someone today who is someone we do business with in my company. He is based out of the UK. I mentioned just offhand that we do these videos. He asked what the channel name was. He apparently went and watched at least one of the videos. I spoke with him today. This was our last conversation. I mentioned this. Spoke with him today, and he was bringing up statistics about Missouri Meerschaum. And he apparently just went down the rabbit hole a little bit into the videos and the corncob pipes, and it was very, very bizarre. It's weird anytime you have worlds colliding, and it was bizarre to have somebody who not like I talk about having a YouTube channel quite often at work, but never does anybody ever go and watch videos, and never do they dive. I know, never do they dive in enough to actually get information like he was getting out.
That's funny.
Yeah. So Mike, if you're watching, hello.
I always tense up a little bit inside when somebody either from work or somebody who I know through work mentions, "Oh, I was watching you on YouTube," because I really, really try to keep my work life and my play life separate. This is play, by the way. And I don't like to put that out there for people to be distracted by or criticize or whatever. And every now and then I'll have somebody who will say, "Oh yeah, I was watching and I saw that you were at this pipe place and you and your son were talking in your shop or your basement." We get that sometimes. And that's just an odd thing to have happen. So anyway, it happens. It happened this week. So.
Oh really?
Yes, it did. Somebody at work. I thought for sure when she said, "I watched one of your videos this weekend," that it was going to be related to our employment. Anyway, what day is today? Today is August 1st, so that means I am in Denver, Colorado at this moment. Let's see, Saturday. This last Saturday was my brother-in-law Brad's 56th birthday, I believe.
Okay.
Sunday was my brother-in-law David's 55th birthday. Monday was my dad's 84th birthday. Yesterday was my 55th birthday. And I'm in Denver for my mom's 80th birthday celebration, which will happen this coming weekend. And but I'm also there conducting business, working for my employer. So was able to combine those two trips, which for me is helpful because there's only so much I can do hanging around interrupting my family's life. They have so much going on.
Yeah.
I might as well be working somewhere.
Yeah, that's always the double-edged sword of visiting anybody, really, is you want to visit, but
they're not on
you're a
vacation.
disruption. That's right. That's right. So
it was sad last year. I tried so desperately because my sister was dying to try to get out to Denver, and there were several reasons I could have been in Denver on business, and they fell through every single time. I ended up going to Denver a couple times last year on my own time, on my own dime, but it wouldn't have bothered me one bit to tack a weekend on the front or the tail end of a business trip, and it just never happened.
So will you have any availability to maybe see some of our Denver, Colorado pipe friends?
Maybe. There is a guy in Littleton that has made some comments in the past, and I'd have to do some searching to figure out who he is and where he is. But I'll be in southwestern Denver most of the week, and my family's in Littleton, so I'll be down that way. And I don't know whether I would head over to a pipe shop or not, but yeah, reach out. Maybe we could do something. I wish Tewksbury was still there.
Yeah, that was a great place. So you'll be there for over a week.
Yeah, 11 days.
Yeah. And so, do you think since you'll be working, will you be doing training or riding along?
Mm-hmm.
Part of that. Do you think you'll be seeing the family intermixed, or will that kind of weekend heavy?
Half of the week I will be in the southern half of Denver, and I suspect that there'll maybe be an evening or two that I'd be able to go grab dinner with the family. The other half of the week I'll be in the northern end, north of I-70, and probably not at all practical to do anything with the family then. But I did tack on both weekends, right? So I'm going out on Friday. I'll be out there for all these birthdays I mentioned. And then the following week is when we'll be doing, that'll be this coming weekend for you, be doing my mom's birthday thing.
And there'll be a ton of people from in and out of town there for that. If it's anything like Grandpa's.
The last thing I heard, there are 70 couples.
Oh, my goodness.
That are planning on attending a dinner with my parents.
Wow. That's awesome. That's not at all a surprise.
Now, again, she's 80 years old.
Right,
my dad is 84. But they are very social and interact with a lot of folks through church. And my dad is really active. They live in a, not a condo, but a neighborhood where there's a very active neighborhood association that has responsibility for maintaining the roofs and the streets and the sidewalks and things. And he was the president of that for many, many years. And some of you have seen him, videos here on YouTube. Would be the right guy to have in a role like that. Very fair, and didn't make enemies. And I think that some of those folks in the neighborhood, I'm sure, will be involved.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it's interesting because my dad is from Denver. My parents moved back there after he retired from the Air Force in '81. So for the past 30, 40 years, my parents have both lived in Denver. So for them, that's home. All of my sisters have lived in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And so I come to town. To me, I'm a stranger. I didn't live there, and it's not me returning to home, right?
Right.
Whereas my siblings go there. They've got friends. They got old school chums, and again, church and friends, relations that they'll be hanging out with. Some of that too. So
for you, it's mostly family. And
different experience for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I will work.
Right.
I will go to Woodcraft and Rockler and some of those places.
Right. For most of that trip, and then once other people come in town, you'll have a lot of friends and family from out of not local that you don't get to see often except for
I don't know.
like
maybe some of my uncles and aunts I haven't heard, but
I know. I think Tim is going to be there, and
yes, Tim is coming out.
So, friend from Ohio, and
he's a brother-in-law once removed.
So yeah,
he is the big brother of one of my brothers-in-law, and very, very close with our family. Has been forever. Close friends with my wife and I. He and his wife. In fact, we just took a vacation together, and so he'll be coming out and hanging out. He was at my dad's 80th birthday, and very, very much involved with our family. Yeah, it's funny. We have a number of people who are not family, who may as well be family.
Yeah,
they're at everything that involves our family, and they're welcome to be a part of it. But
I as I have grown up, I've come to understand how that happens. We have, I think, maybe two friends that we're so close with that to my kids they are aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
and same for me to their kids. That as you develop those relationships so close, you may as well be related, may as well be family.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
So you brought along some things.
I brought along some things, yeah. So over the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be showing off some Chinese crap.
Oh.
This is a segment of the show I like to call Chinese crap. Or crap from China, whichever tickles your fancy. So I went on to AliExpress recently.
This would be Mark Ben's breakfast crap.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If you are unfamiliar with AliExpress, it is either larger than or just slightly smaller than Amazon. So it is either the first or second largest internet retailer in the world. It is a Chinese retailer, and much like Amazon, they don't do a lot of the stocking and processing. Companies, business owners can post their items there. It becomes a retail space where you buy the products, and then those products are shipped out, sometimes from their facilities, sometimes from the business owners' facilities. And so it's a mixed bag on how long it might take to get something, what kind of documentation something is going to come with. It is almost always going to be like the instructions will almost be exclusively in Chinese or in very bad translations from Chinese, if you're lucky. And so one word of caution.
Just one?
Well, yeah. Okay, a couple words of caution. The stuff is really, really cheap. And that's not a caution word. It's cheap. Now, sometimes, or it's inexpensive. Sometimes it's cheap in build quality, sometimes not so much. But a lot of the things are going to be very inexpensive. So if you're looking for electronics, and if you don't mind it being a knockoff or being something that is a cheaper, lesser version, it's a great place to purchase that.
You know, I actually have a rule of thumb that has served me fairly well with that.
Yes.
And that is, for the most part, I will buy from Fast Tech and AliExpress or even eBay or Amazon when I know it's going to come from China, if it is something that I know is an innovation from China. So, for example, e-cigs were invented in China, patented in China. And it doesn't matter what brand you're buying, it's coming from China.
Sure.
So in that case, I don't feel like I'm buying a knockoff of something. I feel like I'm buying maybe an unbranded version of the thing that maybe is being sold quite popularly on, through the interwebs. But what I don't care to do is to buy like, okay, this is a Bic and I can buy a Bic from China.
Sure.
Okay,
so
I don't want to do that.
So I think there's a difference between a knockoff as in a copycat product and a knockoff as in, a lighter that's similar
as
but
seen
different.
on TV.
Right? So like one thing is you might find the Fitbit fitness trackers. There are now hundreds of versions of those that all have the same functionality. They all have Bluetooth. They all track your sleeping and your heart rate and all sorts of things that you can get a no-name version for $30 or a name brand version for $100. So even though they're not trying, always, at least, not always trying to pass themselves off as a Fitbit. Like you could buy something that says Fitbit for $30.
Right.
That's a knockoff. You could buy something that is like Yaoxing Fitness that looks similar and has similar functionality. It's not necessarily a knockoff. With the e-cigs, because they are coming from China, they are a Chinese product, that's the lowest price you're going to get.
Yeah.
With the knockoffs, the price might be lower. So
What do you mean by that? It might be lower.
So if there's a name brand, or if there's if there's a common version of the product in the U.S. that they are producing in China, the price to buy the Chinese version will usually be lower than the price to buy the version here. So if I'm buying something on Amazon, even just Amazon, if I go to Amazon and I search for bookmarks, I'm likely to find Chinese bookmarks for cheaper. But if it's a product like the e-cig, which is created in China, the price that you get from China is going to be the standard lower price.
Got it. Right. I think now I'm hearing.
So, with that said, the one word of caution is if you're buying from AliExpress, because there are multiple vendors and because it is a Chinese website, you should be cautious about using your primary debit card. And this is just a safety thing, just for the sake of identity theft, anything else. There are some options. You could get a prepaid debit card and use that to pay for it. That way, if it was hacked or if it was taken over, it's only tied to that one small account. There's also privacy.com is a service that allows you to tie your bank account to their service, and you can then create on the fly debit cards with card numbers and everything that can be one-offs. So you can use that for purchasing products like this, basically, or you could use it for, let's say you wanted to sign up for a free trial that requires putting in a credit card information. You could create credit card information for that. So that's an option. All that said, Chinese crap. So the first thing I bought, I'm super excited about, is...
Get that away from me.
A butane...
Explosive.
A butane torch. So what I bought is the torch head. These are retailing on Amazon for about 20 bucks, on Walmart for about 20 bucks a piece, just the top portion. I was able to get this shipped from AliExpress without any shipping costs for about $6. The Coleman butane fuel I got from Walmart for $3 today. So in all, $9 for a way to torch my sous vide food. That doesn't involve my flamethrower. I love my flamethrower and will use it when I can, but if I've cooked something and it's 10, 11 o'clock at night, the flamethrower roars like a lion. And so I don't want to be out in my neighborhood scaring people, making a lot of noise. This is going to be a great alternative option. It's also a great option if I were to take my sous vide to work, for instance. You know, the set it and forget it kind of method of sous vide cooking allows for you to just put it in a corner, plug it in. It's going to cook your food during the day. You could then torch with something like this.
And again, you're torching it to
sear. So you're not cooking it with it. It's not for a long cook. So I have noticed, I've played with this just a little bit, got this today, have noticed some quirks. It is quirky, it is functional, but there are some no-nos and some yes-yeses.
Should I put my pipe down?
No, you should be fine, probably. So
it's got an igniter built into it.
It's got a built-in igniter. It's got a flame adjuster. So there's a little bit of adjustment there. But what I have discovered with this, and maybe this is common knowledge, but I didn't know it, is you should not tilt these upward.
Right.
You knew that?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, because this is a liquid in here.
Okay.
As it's being forced out, it becomes
spraying out.
Yeah, is it
aerosolized?
Correct.
Yeah.
You tip it over and you're getting liquid straight up.
Not over like this. Tilt it upward. That starts happening.
Okay.
And as cool as it is, and may have some practical application, generally speaking, it doesn't.
Spider webs.
Yeah, that's right. So, downward. It's
as you would use for a steak.
As you would use for a steak. What I've also found is it's got an adjustment knob back here that is incredibly finicky. So minor movements adjust it quite a bit. If you just turn it, it basically goes out. So minor adjustments. That's a small price. That's a small thing to have to mess with for something that costs $6.
You know where this would be handy?
What's that?
Lighting your torch.
It absolutely...
Because you bought the version of the torch that requires a lighter.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I could do that. I mean, I currently use a torch with a lighter to light my torch without a lighter. I do. So, this is the first crap from China.
Did you see Burly Man 40's Dave Williams post about him posting the post of the post?
No.
So he's taking a picture of a wooden post, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Because I'm putting together a post of my post. So all right, I got to get a picture of this. So I have a picture. It's on my Instagram feed of him posting a post of a post.
Nice.
Hashtag post. Well, then he doesn't post it. It's like, what are you doing? He goes, it's in post. I'm working on it. So he finally gets this thing posted. So it turns out I was a little premature. He then sends me through a private message this picture, this meme. Hold on. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a
Touch this.
it's a ship, a big barge that's carrying on it
Shipping ship.
a bunch of ships that themselves are carrying ships. And it says, this is a shipping ship, shipping ships.
That's fun.
He is the punniest man
Yeah.
I have ever met. The dad humor gene is quite strong. With by the way, I call him Burly Man 40. That was his name on YouTube, on Instagram. It is
Waxing
waxing
this, right?
gibbous. WAXINGGIBBOUS. No idea what any of that means. But David Williams, funny guy. That's cool. All total, you say shipping was free.
Shipping was free. So from AliExpress, the Chinese crap, the top part, and this just screws onto the can. And again, normally it's $20. It was $6 free shipping from China. There were different versions too. I just grabbed the one that looked least crappy. And then this is the butane canister. You can get it at camping stores. You can get them in bulk too.
Does that screw on? Does it have threads? Or
Yeah,
how does
so
that
it's
attach?
I haven't. Oh, it's that easy.
Ooh.
So it's the canister has a notch here, and there's a notch here on the back of the flamethrower or the torch, and as you push down and turn, it locks it into
twist
place.
it. Okay. Huh.
So it's really easy to swap them out. These are usually for like Coleman burners, like you would use camping if you wanted a stovetop burner. And so, we have, I don't know that we talked about it, but there are multiple methods for searing a steak or searing something that has been cooked with sous vide. One of them that we learned about was using a heat gun, an electric heat gun, and
a Harbor Freight heat gun
doesn't cut it.
does not cut it.
So the $80 heat gun that they use does. That was sous vide everything. But an easy alternative, is this, or using a benzomatic, like soldering, butane or propane torch.
Yeah, which you can get an attachment for that called a searsol that is designed to diffuse the heat a little bit and get you a nice burn.
Searsol is $80.
I saw a YouTube
$6.
conversation with the inventor of the searsol.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he talked about why he did it and what his passions are, and
that's interesting.
yeah.
Looking at the design, I'm pretty confident that a $15, $18 Harbor Freight flamethrower could be re-engineered and attached to the end of a torch.
Because basically all he's done is he's added a catalytic converter to it. He's got a screen in front of it that heats up and helps to burn cleanly all the fumes, and again to disperse the heat a bit better than you get with just a pencil torch.
Right. So that I'll be interested. I'll report back once I've used this. Be interested to see how well it works. My two concerns are how direct the heat is because it's so focused, and then will I get a butane taste? This ranked, so the sous vide everything guys ranked, I think, 13 different searing methods, and torches like this ranked about the middle of the pack. So there are worse ways to do it, and for cheap and something portable, I'm pretty happy with it.
All right, cool.
So Chinese crap week 1. Be prepared for Chinese crap week 2 and week 3.
Anything else you want to talk about this week?
I don't think so.
Okay. What do you think of the tobacco?
I thought that it didn't taste anything like it smelled.
It's not as good.
It's not. No, it's much more English than aromatic, I thought. And normally I like that. I thought it was kind of just plain. Like a plain, I don't know if just all of the flavors became too much and you ended up with a Camel.
Yeah, I'm thinking it needs to dry out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because the flavors that I'm getting are a bit too floral. And that's funny because the Fruit Loopy tobacco is very fruity,
And we like that.
and we like it.
Yeah.
So I have 3 tins of this. I'm going to leave the lid off of this one for a couple days and see how it changes. But what I do like about it, I said at the very beginning, I like it that it's a blend of different tobaccos, and so it seems to be burning quite nicely. And yeah, I'm not even halfway through this bowl, and I've been puffing away here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to continue to smoke this next week.
Okay. Sounds good.
I think.
Yeah.
Let's see how that goes. All right. How about you? You know that there was Erik Stokkebye came up with a whole bunch of these 4th generation tobacco blends, and they have different years as their name, and each one is for some milestone in his family. Have you smoked any of these, and was there one that you liked, and if so, which one and why? We smoked a couple of them, but not all of them. Maybe we should.
We can go back and track which ones we smoked. And
True. All
point
right.
down the ones we didn't.
Make it a great week. If you're in the Denver area, toss me a note.
Thanks.
Bye.